Hey everyone, this is Paul Gale from PaulGaleNetwork.com, and thank you for joining me today for video game news. It is April 6th, 2021, and these are the top stories of the day. Okay, we've got a cool amount of things to talk about, a cool showing as well, so let's hop right to it. First up, a brand new game that was shown today by Nintendo for Nintendo Switch. Check it out.
Compete against the Pac in the online Battle Royale game, Pac-Man 99.
This is cool.
Game is available as a special offer for Nintendo Switch Online members. To win, you need to be the last Pac-Man standing.
I love it.
If ghosts are closing in on you, grab a power pellet to chomp them. Any ghost you chomp will be sent to attack other players as Jammer Pac-Man. This also works the other way around. Bump into one and your movement speed will drop, so watch out.
I was just playing Pac-Man on Nintendo Switch today.
The key to victory lies
The
in
wild one
windows.
with all the flashing lights and
If you chomp
crazy
the stationary
effects.
slumbering specters, they'll multiply
Not the
and
original.
form a ghost train. Grab a power pellet, then get ready for an all-you-can-chomp ghost buffet. By
So that was
pulling
kinda
this off,
fitting.
you'll overwhelm opponents with a ghostly nightmare. But that's not the only tool at your disposal. Make use of 4 power-ups to gain an advantage, like one that doubles your movement speed. You also have 4 targeting options, such as Knockout, which targets opponents on the verge of losing the game. Use these power-ups and targeting options to be the last Pac-Man chomping in the end. Become the best of 99. The Pac-1. Pac-Man 99 launches April 7th as an exclusive offer for Nintendo Switch Online members. And if you're looking for a nostalgia trip, optional paid DLC packs containing classic Namco themes and offline modes will also be available at launch.
That's pretty
Game is
cool, right?
available.
This came out of nowhere today. I saw it on YouTube. This is my second time watching the trailer. Pac-Man 99. You know, Nintendo had really good success with Tetris 99, and that game for me, I love it. It's one of my top 5 most played Nintendo Switch games. The first being The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and then I believe it goes Animal Crossing, Tetris 99, and then we've got some Super Mario Odyssey and some Fortnite and Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, a few other titles that are up there in the heavy hitters category, but Tetris 99 is one of them. Now, I love Tetris in the first place, so Tetris 99 was definitely my jam. I love Super Mario Brothers. When Super Mario 35 came out, I definitely had a lot of fun with that as well, but it was a different kind of game because it's not puzzle, it's, you know, classic 2D Mario going through levels, side-scrolling, but they still had an interesting way of implementing how do you bombard your opponents with, you know, Goombas and Koopa shells and stuff like that. So that was also fun, and of course we got that free, well, bundled with Nintendo Switch Online for several months, and that's gone now. Pac-Man 99, I don't anticipate leaving. It looks like it's going to be something that's here to stay, but you never know. But for the foreseeable future, I think we're going to have fun with this. It drops tomorrow. I'm a big Pac-Man fan too, in terms of what I'm better at and what I'm more familiar with. Tetris is what I'm better at than Pac-Man, but I grew up playing plenty of Pac-Man over the years. And like I said, just today I was playing Pac-Man on Nintendo Switch. The name actually slips me for the moment, but it's the Wild Pac-Man where, you know, you still play on a 2D plane, but the screen goes into this 3D isometric perspective as you know, get a special move and as you're bouncing up and down between the bottom floor and the top floor to hit bosses, and kind of like they showed off in this trailer where you're eating a bunch of ghosts in a row. That game is a lot of fun. I just played it today for the first time in quite several months, but my wife and I enjoyed that one and enjoyed Pac-Man for that matter. So this game comes out for free if you are a Nintendo Switch Online member tomorrow, April 7th. Pretty awesome. Next up, something Street Fighter related. I like this too. We're getting our look at Akira from rival schools in Street Fighter V and how she plays. She's got a good looking animation, nice outfit. Of course, she's beating up Dan in his stage. This is his Street Fighter Alpha 2 stage from back in the day. I was just about to say, check out her super. Or maybe not a super, maybe a V attack, but still. More rival schools fandom, updated look. Gosh, I love Street Fighter, and I'm glad that Street Fighter V is what it is now, but how much I wish that most of what Street Fighter V is now came out a few years ago at its initial launch, because that game still played great and it was a solid title at launch, but it was lacking some things in terms of amount of characters, amount of stages, amount of modes, arcade mode, story mode, and stuff like that. So it took a while to build up, but eventually, like now, and you do admittedly have had to have purchased a lot of content to make it a really competent game, unless if you just came in recently with Arcade Edition. But even still, like Season 3, this is new characters like Oro you have to pay for. So with a lot of money spending or coming in late and then still spending a little bit extra, it's a really robust fighting game with a lot that it offers. So I guess you could say if you are new to the game, don't have it yet, now is as good of time as any. You could oftentimes get the title for free, well, not for free, well, you can actually play it for free occasionally on PlayStation 5, but you could get it very cheap on PS4 or PS5, and then just spend a little bit more and get pretty much the full experience. You might have a couple of stages that you don't have, but if you're buying into Street Fighter V now with Arcade Edition and just buying Season 3, you're gonna have a good time. It's a really solid fighting game. It just keeps getting better with new characters. We still have one more surprise character that they're going to show off, so I'm looking forward to that. And this is actually a nice segue, kind of why I'm wearing my Street Fighter shirt today, into more Street Fighter talk. Now, this was announced a while back, and I talked about it when it was announced, and that's the Street Fighter, the miniature game by Jasco Games. I ordered it. Mine came in the mail today. You'll actually see another video of mine on YouTube that I'll put up somewhere around this video game news segment, either right before or right after. I already filmed the unboxing, and it's pretty cool. It was a really big box. It had a lot of content in it. This is kind of new territory for me. I'm not a big board game guy. I like them. I think they're cool. Nothing against this fandom, this hobby. It's just, I have my own hobbies. I'm big into video games, into martial arts, weightlifting, exercising in different capacities, both learning and teaching. Shotokan karate, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, wrestling, boxing. So I have my own things that I'm passionate about. Even going into things like movies, watching movies, swimming, playing with my kids, drawing, a lot of things that I enjoy and that I participate in frequently. Rollerblading, bike riding, mountain climbing, you name it. Board games just has been something that has been missing, aside from in my youth of playing things like Monopoly or Guess Who, or I'm not even that off the top of my mind, what did I play? Uh, Battleship, right? There are some, but I see a lot of people, some of my friends are pretty into this kind of stuff, Dungeons and Dragons type of thing, and I just never really got into it. Kind of looked from the side, like, oh, that's cool, oh, that looks fun, but I'm looking forward to trying this out. There are a bunch of figurines. They're kind of like amiibo in terms of size. There are a bunch of different characters per pack. Like you have the Street Fighter 3 set, the Alpha set, the 4 set, the 5 set. And there are figurines that just come with the base packs and the boss battle pack, which I just got the whole bundle of like, you know what, if I'm going to try something new, I'm going to go all in because it's Street Fighter. And worst case scenario, if I'm not good at the game or don't like this style of game, I have a couple dozen amiibo-like Street Fighter figurines, which are nice, and a bunch of nice artwork via these cards that tell you the moves, but otherwise are really nicely detailed and have a lot of nice artwork. Much of it from Udon Entertainment, which is great. Udon does the Street Fighter comics, and I love that. So I'll have something cool. If worst case, like I said, I'm not that good at the game or don't like the style of play, this is not a part of it. This is something else. But it also shows you that Jesco Games does have a good amount of Street Fighter and in general Capcom content. So I got this today. I'm excited. I opened it up. Didn't give it a chance to play yet. Just kind of looking at what I have, and it's a little overwhelming. But I guess that's kind of how somebody might be reacting to jumping into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, oh geez, where do I start in these 20 films? Or someone who's playing a video game for the first time, hopping into Legend of Zelda for the first time. Even if they're a seasoned gamer, what do I do in this, So for me, the world of board games and following instructions of, okay, here's your card, rotate the card this, write this down, spin this dial, roll this dice, move your character forward. This is not just checkers, which I'm familiar with. This is not just Blackjack 21, which I'm familiar with. This is a whole series of following rules and stuff, so it's a little intimidating, but I'm also looking forward to trying something new, and it should be fun. And finally today, something that I'm so happy for is that E3 is coming back. Now, I knew E3 was highly likely to happen in 2021. It's been talked about, it's been rumored, it's been in discussion behind the scenes, so I've heard things that it was supposed to go down and that it would likely be online, but we got official confirmation today from E3. Welcome back. It's been hard waiting quietly as we got ready for today, but we are thrilled to officially announce our plans for June 12th to 15th. That's in 2 months. Sign up for updates below and get hyped for the return of the most exciting show in video gaming. Hashtag E3 2021. You're darn right, it's the most exciting show in video gaming. E3 means so much to me. I went to my first E3 when I was 16 years old, back in 2000, and I've been to every E3 from 2000 through 2019. That's 20 E3s. Now, 2020 was supposed to be my 20th anniversary, though 21st technical E3 attending. Got my badge approved, got the notification, hey, you're going to E3, here's your badge number, here's your, QR code that you'll have scanned and printed out and stuff like that. And then like 3 weeks later or a month later or something like that, boom, I remember walking to teach my class that morning and just getting the notification, E3's been canceled, pandemic and stuff like that. Like, brutal. Understandable why, but still, that stung. E3 is my event of the year. This one means more to me than anything to watch or to attend, I love it. I always meet new friends, make new friends. I always meet old friends, always get some cool swag, play some great video games, make some awesome connections, able to network, take plenty of great photos, just breathe in the atmosphere, the booths, the awesomeness of it all, the appreciation for the architecture put into companies' designs, just the friendliness in general of people, great opportunities at the show. You really maximize it a lot, whether it was early 2000s, mid, or these last teen years of 2000s. It's always a blast, and I had ideas for how E3 2020 should be converted into being an online thing. Get pre-recorded content from different companies, have a mask-wearing, social distancing interview segment where you have different journalists, such as myself, perhaps even I would volunteer for this opportunity. Go to different companies, talk about, and here's what's Nintendo working on. Let it roll, and boom, show a pre-recorded video. Visit different offices around the world, but a lot of that probably was too much at the time, too much uncertainty. We were only, 3-4 months into the pandemic, so that was kind of rough. Although my pitch worked with not going to different companies and just doing, teleconferencing, but having it set up in a way that you could broadcast new games and have them synergized with E3, because E3 means a lot to millions of gamers. Now, companies could just do their own thing, have their own directs, their own presentations, not associated with E3 throughout the summer. And we saw that with Xbox and PlayStation. They had their own non-E3 gaming events, but I think E3 is special. It has a significance. It ties gaming together, at least for me, in a big, big way. So I will absolutely 100% participate this. I will attend. This will be my E3. Last year I made my own E3 2020 what if. Like, how did the 3 days go for me if it was happening? What would I hope to see? What did I think was going to happen, or most be excited for happening, likelihood, not likelihood, etc. That's what I did last year for E3, but this year I get to actually do it, and it means something, because for 2020 I did it kind of for fun, to keep the tradition going of talking about E3, since I'm so used to it, since it's a part of my DNA. I'm 37. More than half of my life I've been attending this show. And for E3 2021, I'll be online. I'll be on PaulGaleNetwork.com and on YouTube, talking to you all, live streaming events, whatever goes down, I'm going to be a part of it. If the ESA wants to have me, officially represent in some capacity, I'm absolutely down, because I love talking video games. I have a good amount of knowledge on E3, and that would be an honor. Well, that's going to do it today for Video Game News with Paul Gale Network. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time. Let me know what you thought of the Street Fighter board game, the miniature game. Street Fighter Akira coming. That's pretty cool. Nice video reveal. Pac-Man 99. Are you hyped? E3 2021. What do you hope it is like? And what do you want to see? It's in 2 months. That's awesome. I love it. Okay. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.